Thank you again, everyone, for joining today. Today, we're going to be discussing essential payment reports to optimize your firm's cash flow. You can ask questions below, and we'll also leave some time at the end to answer a few. If we don't get to your question today, we'll follow up with you to ensure it gets answered. Additionally, we'll also send out a recording of the webinar. So hello everyone again, my name is Nia and I'm on the payments team with PracticePanther. I graduated from the University of Texas at Austin last May, and now I've been working with firms every day to maximize their billing strategies. Today, we are covering an overview of PracticePanther payment-specific reports. We'll discuss 5 online payment reports via PantherPayments, how to read each report, and customer use cases. So what is PracticePanther? As many of you may know, it is a case management software that automates your workflow. You can seamlessly manage your cases with contacts, matters, and invoices. You can bill directly from your account, and we even have our own in-house payment processor that meets ABA and IOLTA compliance. In addition to that, we have e-signature functionality and a text messaging feature. You can manage every aspect of your firm in PracticePanther. In the beginning of this call, we'll go over all the reports you already have access to with PracticePanther. As you can see, we break down reports by various categories: payments, invoices, contacts, matters, expenses, time entries, flat fees, and tasks. First, we'll cover invoice reports. So these are the different reports that you have access to. The first 2 allow you to break down the invoices by contact or matter. If you want to look at the outstanding invoices, you look at the next 2 reports: invoices due by contact and invoices due by matter. If you want to see everything all together, you'd view all invoices over time. The sales tax report displays the amount of tax you owe, organized by the tax agency and time period based on either cash or accrual accounting. We'll go over the bottom 2 accounts receivable aging reports further on an upcoming slide. So with our contact and matter reports, you can look at those associated with contacts and matters. For example, you can look at contacts per company, and from these reports, you can see the billable tasks, time entries, and expenses by contact or matter. This allows you to get a deeper dive into more data. Going back to the accounts receivable aging reports that I mentioned previously, this is an important report to check pretty frequently to ensure that your clients are paying you. It provides a detailed list of how much money is owed to you by contact and by the amount of time it's been due. Within the report, you'll find a list of every contact here, with the total amount due at the bottom, organized by the total of days that amount has been due, as you can see in this photo. You can export this list to Excel or PDF. If you would like to sort through the list by a specific column, click on the 3 dots next to the column. This will allow you to sort and filter. If you select Sort Descending in the Total Due column, you'll see the contacts with the highest due amounts at the top and those with the lowest due amounts at the bottom. Your firm can organize the accounts receivable aging report based on a certain individual assigned to the contact or matter. This way, your firm can find trends as to who is more or less efficient at getting their invoices paid. Our originating attorney report allows you to keep track of which attorney is bringing in which matters and payments into your firm. When creating or editing, you'll have to select which attorney was responsible for bringing this matter into your firm. In the report, you can select which user you'd like to see the report for by changing the Revenue Originated By filter, as well as which date range you are interested in. From there, the report will show you a complete breakdown of where your firm's income is originating from. If you want to see which attorney is specifically earning the most money for your firm from the work they bill, change Originated By to any user, and change the billed by field to the attorney you're interested in tracking. So with our IOLTA trust account three-way reconciliation, firms can now easily manage and reconcile every payment made on an account-by-account basis. To access this report, click on the bank account you wish to reconcile. This will take you to the reconciliation page. Here, you'll see quick summaries about how much money has been reconciled in each account. You can also click on Trust Reconciliation Report anytime you want to see exactly where your trust account stands so far. When you scroll down, you'll see the complete list of payments towards this account. You can go item by item and reconcile these payments with your bank account. As items get reconciled, they'll move from the Not Reconciled tab to the Reconciled tab. You can access your trust account reconciliation page from here. You can choose between which trust account you'd like this report for. Here's a breakdown of what you'll see. For starters, book balance is the account's balance in PracticePanther. Secondly, uncleared deposits and uncleared withdrawals are payments and withdrawals in the account that have not been reconciled yet. And lastly, the bank balance is the difference between the book balance and these unreconciled amounts. You can scroll down to see a full list of payments processed with this account with a full breakdown payment by payment. In the report section, you can also find your bank account ledger report. Simply click on More, then Reports, then click on either report, depending on if you want to see your bank ledger by contact or matter, as seen below. This report will show you how much you've been paid in total and how much of that money is still sitting as a retainer or credit as an unapplied amount in your contacts or matters. To see how much money you should currently have in your trust account, select Trust Account in the Payments In filter found on the top left. Above the list of payments, click Choose Columns found on the top right and make sure Unapplied Amount is enabled. Scroll to the bottom of this report to see the total list under the Unapplied Amount column. This total should be what you have in your trust account today. Just as a tip here, to see what should have been in your trust account or escrow for a given month, make the date range on this report where the start is on any day before you started using PracticePanther, and the end date should be on the end of the month you are interested in seeing. So now we have covered all the reports that are available to you in your PracticePanther account. Now, let's talk about online payments reports you get access to when you activate PantherPayments. PantherPayments lets you collect payments online from your client by links or invoices. The purpose of our PantherPayments report is to track your cash flow in and out of your bank account related to online transactions. Within our PantherPayments reports, you'll be provided with the transparent pricing that oftentimes other processors do not provide. Most times, firms don't know what they are actually paying for these transaction fees. In addition, you'll gain access to reports that show you what you are paying and receiving so you can budget accordingly. Lastly, you'll have access to a network fee report found in all merchant services. This is charged by the bank and credit card companies. They do not apply to every transaction, and they are a fraction of a percentage. You can request this from us, and we'll generate the report for you and send it directly to you. Daily transaction report is really helpful as it shows your daily transactions of the money you received through PantherPayments for that specific day. Firms may start their day with looking at this report and set the date filter to yesterday to see the transactions that came in. Similarly, they will end their day by seeing the transactions that came in for that same day. Again, there's a ton of filters so you can yield your desired results, and this can be exported into a PDF or Excel file. Our monthly transaction report looks at the transactions for the entire month. You can look according to account, whether that be trust or operating transactions. If you are using the tagging features, you can filter according to the tags that you created. You can select the columns and add or remove to show the data that you wish to view. So pivoting back to our theme of transparent pricing, we have a designated fee column that shows you the fee per transaction. That way you know exactly what your firm is paying. You may be asking, how do these fees work? And that's why I'm here to break it down for you. So you receive the full deposit when the client pays you. The money will be deposited into your physical bank account 2 to 3 business days later for cards. Again, you receive the full deposit, but the first business day of the following month, we will batch together the previous month's worth of fees and withdraw as a lump sum from your operating account. At PracticePanther, our fee transparency is very important to us. So these reports help you stay on top of budgeting and tracking. Segueing into the batch fee report, you can view the batch transaction fee report by clicking More at the top of the page, then Reports, and selecting the report name. Simply enter a name and end date based on which transaction fee withdrawal you'll like a report for, and then select the withdrawal with the date of the transaction in question. After doing so, you can see all the information you need about each related payment and the deducted fees. You also have the ability to download the report by clicking the printer icon at the top right of the page. So since we deposit and withdraw in batches, you may not see a one-to-one payment match because both deposits and withdrawals are done as a lump sum. Since the fee withdrawal is done the following month, this batch transaction fee report helps you identify transactions. Again, by clicking the batch ID, you can associate the transactions with the lump sum withdrawal. So our batch deposit report is the same thing, but opposite. So money deposited into your account can now be monitored in the batch deposit report. Similar to the batch transaction fee report, this is for money that gets deposited into your bank account. Since money is not being deposited on an individual or one-to-one basis, but rather a daily basis, the transactions for the day get deposited into your account as a lump sum for that day. This will now allow you to look at the lump sum batch ID so you can see which payments are associated with the deposited money in your bank account. So this wraps up the additional 5 reports you exclusively gain access to when you enable PantherPayments, our in-house payment processor, in addition to what we covered in the beginning, which are the general payments reports you receive with PracticePanther. If you want to gain access to those daily, monthly, and batching reports we discussed at the end, you can submit your application for PantherPayments. If you do so by the end of the day, March 24th, we are offering firms $500 cash back. So when you accumulate $500 in transaction fees with PantherPayments, we'll credit that money back into your operating account. Again, we'll be sending a recording hopefully by tomorrow morning once the video gets compressed. And if anyone is wanting an individual demo, my direct contact is on the screen and you can send me a message. Now, it does look like we have a couple of minutes for some questions. So the first one here, is there a monthly fee added to my subscription if I use PantherPayments? So there is no additional charge. You only pay when you use it. And following up on that, what are the fees with PantherPayments? So it's 2.9% for all cards and 1% for eCheck and ACH. And just to reiterate, there is no additional monthly charge, just the fees when you use it. Okay, folks, that is all the time that we have here today. We'll be sending out a recording of the webinar and a recap of the information on the promotion. Again, I'm happy to answer any questions if you reach out to me directly. And there are more webinars in the queue coming up, so stay tuned for that. Thank you, everyone.